Welcome back, MVP Road Car. Today we're diving into something that has been stirring up excitement across the car world. The long-awaited return of a true American muscle legend, the 2026 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396. After decades of silence, Chevy has brought back the Chevelle nameplate, and the SS 396 is not just a throwback to the golden era of muscle, but a thoroughly modern performance machine designed to bridge nostalgia with innovation. This is one of those cars that has enthusiasts buzzing, so let's walk through the exterior, the interior, the performance numbers, and finally where it sits in terms of pricing, and I'll give you my take on whether this car delivers on the hype. When you first lay eyes on the new Chevelle SS 396, it's instantly recognizable yet completely fresh. The exterior design takes heavy inspiration from the 1970s Chevelle, with that aggressive stance, muscular proportions, and wide fenders, but everything has been reimagined with modern aerodynamics and sharp detailing. The front fascia is dominated by wide, menacing grille, framed with slim LED headlights that stretch back towards the hood. The hood itself is sculpted with twin functional air intakes that aren't just for show, they feed the engine bay with fresh air to help cool the beast hiding underneath. Chevy has clearly made sure this car turns heads, whether you see it in motion or just parked at the curb. The side profile keeps that long hood and short decked silhouette, with strong character lines flowing down the doors, giving it a lean but muscular look. Standard wheels are 20 inches, but you can spec up the 21-inch forged alloys wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires for extra grip and style. Around back, the quad exhaust tips are integrated neatly into a diffuser, and the taillights are a modern interpretation of the classic Chevelle design, using LED tech but shaped to evoke that 70s heritage. Everything about the exterior screams muscle car, but it's polished in a way that feels premium and contemporary, not retro gimmicky. Step inside, and the Chevelle SS 396 continues to impress. The interior strikes a balance between driver-focused simplicity and modern luxury. You get heavily bolstered sports seats wrapped in premium leather or Alcantara, depending on trim level, with SS badging stitched into the headrests. The driving position is low and commanding, with a flat-bottom steering wheel that feels great in your hands. Behind it sits a fully digital 12.3-inch instrument cluster that can be customized with different layouts, from retro-style gauges that mimic the old Chevelle look, to modern performance data like G-meter, lap timers, and real-time horsepower readouts. In the center, you'll find a 13-inch infotainment touchscreen powered by GM's latest interface, supporting wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and over-the-air updates. The system is smooth, responsive, and integrates seamlessly with the car's performance functions, like launch control settings, drive modes, and suspension adjustments. Even though this is a performance machine at heart, Chevy hasn't forgotten daily usability. The interior has a mix of soft-touch materials, carbon fiber trim, and brushed aluminum accents, creating an upscale yet purposeful vibe. The rear seats are usable for short trips, though like most coupes, space is limited, but the trunk offers enough room for a weekend getaway, which makes it more practical than you'd expect from a car this aggressive. Sound insulation is decent when cruising, but when you open up that exhaust, the cabin fills with a soundtrack that reminds you why you bought this car in the first place. Now, let's talk about what really matters with an SS 396, performance. Under the hood, Chevy has revived the legendary 396 cubic inch displacement, but it's not the exact big block of old. Instead, it's a modern 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V8, tuned to produce 515 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque. For purists, this is music to the ears, because Chevy resisted the temptation to go turbocharged. The throttle response is immediate, and the power delivery is linear, giving you that old-school feel with new-school refinement. The engine pairs with either a 6-speed manual transmission with rev matching or an optional 10-speed automatic with paddle shifters. Both setups deliver blistering performance, but enthusiasts will be happy to know the manual is still alive and well. With all that power, the Chevelle SS 396 rockets from 0 to 60 in just 3.8 seconds with the automatic, and just over 4 seconds with the manual. Top speed is around 186 miles per hour. The car uses GM's magnetic ride control 4.0 suspension, which constantly adjusts damping to balance comfort and performance. In track mode, the suspension stiffens, steering sharpens, and throttle mapping becomes more aggressive, transforming the Chevelle into a corner-carving machine, something you might not expect from a car rooted in straight-line glory. Braking is handled by massive Brembo 6-piston front and 4-piston rear calipers, giving you excellent stopping power and confidence at high speeds. One of the most surprising aspects of the 2026 Chevrolet SS 396 is how composed it feels. Unlike the muscle cars of the past, which were often brutal in a straight line but clumsy around corners, this one feels planted, agile, and confidence-inspiring. The chassis is stiff, the electronic limited-slip differential works wonders putting power down, and the car feels equally at home tearing up a back road as it is cruising down the highway. Chevy has built something that respects the heritage but also belongs in the modern era of performance cars. In terms of pricing, Chevy has positioned the Chevrolet SS 396 competitively. The base model starts at around $58,000, which is surprisingly accessible considering the performance and heritage you're getting. The fully loaded version, with premium interior upgrades, larger wheels, and performance packages, pushes closer to $75,000. When you compare that to competitors like the Dodge Challenger SRT, the Ford Mustang Dark Horse, or even some European alternatives, the Chevelle sits in a very attractive sweet spot, offering muscle car performance with a level of refinement and technology that feels fresh. So what's the verdict? The 2026 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 396 is more than just a revival of a nameplate. It's a bold statement from Chevrolet that muscle cars still have a place in today's automotive landscape. It manages to capture the raw emotion and character of the classic Chevelle, while delivering performance, comfort, and technology that make it relevant in 2026. The exterior is stunning. The interior is a huge leap forward for muscle cars. The naturally aspirated V8 delivers the soundtrack and performance enthusiasts crave, and the price makes it attainable for a wide audience. For those who grew up idolizing the Chevelle, this car will feel like a dream realized. For younger buyers, it's a chance to experience muscle car culture with all the benefits of modern engineering.